Chapter 5, Business Communication. Part 2, Types of Business Communication and Communication Channels. Business communication takes many forms, each serving a distinct purpose within an organization. Understanding these forms enables managers and employees to select the most appropriate communication method for different situations. Effective organizations recognize that communication is not limited to one direction or one medium. Instead, it operates continuously across all levels of the business. One of the primary classifications is internal communication, which takes place within the organization. Internal communication facilitates coordination between departments, supports teamwork, communicates organizational objectives, and keeps employees informed about policies, procedures, and operational changes. Managers use internal communication to provide guidance, monitor performance, deliver feedback, and encourage employee engagement. Employees also communicate with one another to exchange information, solve problems, and collaborate on projects. In contrast, external communication occurs between the organization and individuals or organizations outside the business. Customers, suppliers, investors, regulatory authorities, government agencies, healthcare partners, educational institutions, and the media all represent external stakeholders. Effective external communication strengthens organizational reputation, builds customer confidence, promotes transparency, and supports long-term business relationships. Communication may also be categorized as formal or informal. Formal communication follows officially established organizational channels. Examples include company policies, official reports, board meetings, business presentations, employment contracts, performance reviews, memoranda, and corporate emails. Because formal communication is documented and structured, it provides accountability and consistency throughout the organization. Informal communication develops naturally through everyday interactions among employees. Casual conversations during breaks, discussions before meetings, or collaborative exchanges between colleagues often contribute to relationship building and knowledge sharing. Although informal communication can strengthen workplace relationships, organizations must ensure that critical business decisions continue to rely upon accurate and officially verified information. Direction of communication within organizations. Communication flows in multiple directions depending upon organizational needs. Downward communication occurs when information moves from senior management to employees. This includes strategic objectives, organizational policies, operational instructions, announcements, performance expectations, and organizational updates. Effective downward communication provides employees with clarity regarding their responsibilities and organizational priorities. Upward communication allows employees to provide feedback, raise concerns, submit suggestions, report operational issues, and share innovative ideas with management. Organizations that encourage upward communication often experience greater employee engagement, improved decision-making, and stronger organizational trust. Horizontal communication occurs between colleagues or departments operating at the same organizational level. This communication is particularly important for coordinating projects, sharing expertise, solving operational problems, and improving efficiency across functional areas. In large organizations, diagonal communication has become increasingly common. This occurs when employees communicate across departments and hierarchical levels without following traditional reporting structures. Digital collaboration platforms have made diagonal communication more efficient and increasingly necessary in modern organizations. Communication channels. Selecting the appropriate communication channel significantly influences whether a message is understood correctly. Managers must consider urgency, confidentiality, complexity, audience, and organizational context before selecting the most suitable communication method. Face-to-face communication remains one of the most effective communication channels because it allows immediate feedback while incorporating facial expressions, body language, tone of voice, and emotional cues. Sensitive discussions, performance reviews, negotiations, conflict resolution, and strategic planning often benefit from direct personal interaction. Written communication provides permanent documentation and is essential for organizational accountability. Business letters, reports, policies, meeting minutes, contracts, proposals, and emails ensure that important information can be reviewed and referenced whenever necessary. High-quality written communication should be accurate, concise, professional, and free from ambiguity. Telephone communication continues to play an important role when immediate discussion is required, but face-to-face meetings are impractical. Telephone conversations allow rapid clarification while maintaining a more personal interaction than written correspondence. Digital communication has transformed modern business operations. Email remains one of the most widely used communication tools. However, organizations increasingly utilize collaborative platforms such as Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Slack, Google Workspace, and project management software to facilitate teamwork across multiple locations. Virtual meetings have become standard practice within many organizations, allowing geographically dispersed teams to collaborate efficiently while reducing travel costs and improving organizational flexibility. Verbal communication. Verbal communication involves the use of spoken language to exchange information. Meetings, presentations, interviews, negotiations, telephone conversations, conferences, and customer interactions all depend upon effective verbal communication. Successful verbal communication requires clarity, confidence, active listening, empathy, appropriate vocabulary, and professional delivery. Managers who communicate effectively inspire confidence, motivate employees, and strengthen organizational culture. Equally important is the ability to listen actively. Active listening involves giving full attention to the speaker, asking clarifying questions, acknowledging viewpoints, and responding thoughtfully. Listening effectively reduces misunderstandings and strengthens professional relationships. Nonverbal communication. Research consistently demonstrates that communication extends beyond spoken words. Nonverbal communication includes facial expressions, eye contact, posture, gestures, appearance, tone of voice, and physical presence. Leaders who maintain confident posture, appropriate eye contact, and open body language often appear more trustworthy and approachable. Conversely, inconsistent nonverbal signals may undermine verbal messages and create uncertainty among employees. In multicultural organizations, managers must also recognize that nonverbal behaviors vary across cultures. Gestures considered appropriate in one country may carry entirely different meanings elsewhere, highlighting the importance of cultural awareness in international business communication. Written communication. Professional writing represents one of the most valuable skills within business administration. Clear written communication ensures that information is documented accurately and can be referenced in the future. Business reports, proposals, emails, strategic plans, operational procedures, policies, employment contracts, and financial documents all require careful attention to grammar, structure, clarity, and professionalism. Well-written communication reflects organizational credibility and reduces the likelihood of costly misunderstandings. Before distributing any written document, professionals should review its accuracy, readability, tone, and completeness. Digital communication. Technology has fundamentally transformed business communication during the past 2 decades. Cloud computing, artificial intelligence, mobile technology, collaborative software, and social media platforms have expanded opportunities for rapid communication across national and international boundaries. Digital communication enables flexible working arrangements, supports remote collaboration, accelerates decision-making, and improves access to organizational information. However, organizations must also address cybersecurity, confidentiality, digital etiquette, information overload, and data protection to ensure that communication remains secure and effective. Digital literacy has therefore become an essential competency for today's business professionals. Employees who can communicate confidently across both traditional and digital platforms are better equipped to contribute to organizational success within an increasingly technology-driven environment. Part 3 will examine barriers to effective communication, cross-cultural communication, ethical communication, leadership communication, and strategies for improving organizational communication. 2026 Mary Lourdes Bonnici MBA. All rights reserved.